Hello YouTube, it's KB Baby, and today I wanted to talk about the death of Storyfire. If you didn't know what Storyfire is, it was a platform created by Mcjuggernuggets. I believe the concept for it started around 2017, but it really only ever got it going like late 2019, if I'm getting my dates correct. But it's been a while since I downloaded the app. I think I got it like a week or two after it came out, because, you know, I wanted to support a YouTube alternative, because, you know, even though this is the website I use to facilitate my hobbies and my passions, it is a pretty mediocre site at best sometimes. So to see like arguably the best competitor for YouTube to go down is kind of a sad moment, especially considering the fact that it's from a YouTuber made alternative, right? Most of these competitors, they don't really, you know, they don't really get the magic of YouTube, and Mcjuggernuggets was a person that did. I never really watched Mcjuggernuggets, but you know, that doesn't change the fact that I still like and appreciate what he did with Storyfire. It was basically Twitter and YouTube in one, and you could also write like big twit longer like stories, kind of like, if I had to describe it the best way I could. It did a lot of really cool and interesting things, but it never really got off the ground after, because it just couldn't really, you know, stay afloat. There wasn't really a whole big advertising for it. Some YouTubers were on it, but for the most part, you couldn't see, like, there was a lot. A lot of the drama community was there, but in terms of, like, other people, like, gaming creators, reviewers and stuff, it was kind of a drought on that website, which was definitely a problem. But if you wanted to look at drama content, that site was pretty good. Only ever had one follower on there, and I only ever made 2 posts, and it was like, hey, I would like to use this platform more. And my second post was be like, man, it was like a week later being like, you know, I'll definitely use this platform more, but I want to wait until like more people join. And I think this was around, maybe this was even summer of 2020 when this all happened. I don't know. But anyways, at that point, you know, that never obviously came to fruition, which is unfortunate. But there is some drama behind this, actually, that Mcjuggernuggets, rather, I said Mr. Juggernuggets, that's a lot funnier in my head, right? He has levied some allegations against his business partner. I believe his name is like Brian or something, Brian Spitz, I believe, is his @ he's on social medias and stuff, and it's weird. With what he alleges, we'll read the twit longer in a minute, but I was watching, you know, Tommy C's thing, and he, this is where I got it brought up, was when they were reacting to his Mcjuggernuggets video on his channel. He actually said that his like the biggest shareholder was taking like 30% of the revenue from content creators or something, and that was not agreed upon or some shit. It was weird. He makes it sound like he was getting conned, like this was like fraud, like this was not agreed to, like terms agreed to. So it was very weird. Yeah, I don't know. That's such a weird thing, though, you know? Like, I don't know how that would happen, right? Because apparently, from what I've heard from other creators, from what they've said about the situation, is like, yeah, they weren't even getting really paid for a long while, or even at all. So it's definitely weird. So I'm gonna read the Twitter thread, and we'll leave it at that. It is with a heavy heart that I must announce that Storyfire has been unable to secure financing. After struggling for many years to financially bootstrap the platform myself, I can no longer sustain it. As of February 1st, 2021, the Storyfire platform will be shutting down. This was one of the hardest decisions of my life. So much passion, time, and resources poured into this ambitious idea. To see it close down is genuinely heartbreaking. I genuinely gave it my all and really pushed to keep it alive, but unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards. I'm incredibly proud of what Brian Spitz and I have been able to accomplish with the Storyfire app and this entire community of users and creators. We really have such a passionate community around the fire. That's one of the hardest things to come to grips with, letting you guys down. It's weird that he says that about his partner, especially with the accusations he levies against him. And again, it kind of comes off as fraud. Maybe he didn't intend it for that, right? But that's what it came off as in his video, from what I've seen. Moving on. For this week, you are able to download any of your videos that you've uploaded to the platform. We will expose the video links so you can download the content. Also, the Storyfire website, you can explore all of your written stories, details to follow if you can find. We really wanted to succeed. We still have the vision of a collaborative, creative community all centered around our Blaze currency, a platform governed by the creators and the power users, where artists can share and create together. No monopolies, censorship, or demonetization. All of this sounds really good, but again, this can't really happen, I suppose. It's so hard to get a piece of the pie in this market. Part of the reason why I think the Constitution should apply to companies, especially because YouTube and Twitter and all these spaces are kind of the public square at this point, really makes it. But then again, you can't monetize the public square, and you can do that with, well, you can with billboards. It's weird, I suppose. And I guess we're going to leave it at that for right now. So obviously, it's very sad news, especially if you're a Mcjuggernuggets fan, or just even a person that uses Storyfire. You probably didn't know, but I also wanted to make this video for another reason, and that's that this is another alternative platform that is getting shut down. It used to be just Parler, Minds. I guess BitChute's still a thing, but that's BitChute. It doesn't really have the same gravitas. I guess maybe might be the word. I don't know. I'm not a fancy-pantsy wordsmith, right? It is kind of sad, though. I think that YouTube needs competitors for the platform to be good, because without competitors, it gives no incentive to for your product to improve. I see that with video games all the time. Like, look at Call of Duty, for example. Background footage of this game for this video is Call of Duty, and many of the problems in the game I'm playing, World War II, were eventually solved, but there was really no reason to, other than passion, right? Like, there's no competition with Call of Duty. Like, that style of play is only with Call of Duty. Battlefield and Call of Duty are, like, two drastically different experiences. And if you want that Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 1 or 2, like, style of thing, this is the kind of closest thing you can get to that. It's modern and has, so many quality of life things in theory, anyway. Like, Call of Duty is it's so weird how Call of Duty's, been involved and stuff, and and I guess I want to use that note and that side tangent by applying that to like YouTube and stuff. Like, YouTube hasn't really improved in any significant way in like the last 10 years, honestly, except maybe with like live streaming and stuff, but that's almost a different product entirely, YouTube streaming. But it really makes you get upset at the fact that like YouTube is a platform that is extremely undervalued, I suppose, because whether it be corporations or really just government officials or authoritarian dickwads, people are always trying to subvert freedom of speech, when in reality, there's so much you can profit off of in terms of freedom of speech and platforms like this. If you want to talk about it from a pure greed sense, right? I've always found it weird that all the people that get rich and powerful never like capitalize on the free speech market, right? I've always found it weird. Surprisingly enough, some of the most the best businessmen or most influential, like, business-minded people, the best of the best, would be Walt Disney and Henry Ford, and those people are, like, in terms of, like, freedoms of workers and, like, all that stuff. Like, it was like Henry Ford that invented so many of the like modern things. It wasn't the government that came up with like, the 40-hour week schedule and stuff like that. I believe it was Henry Ford. Walt Disney, you know, being a very creative yet business-minded person, it's like all that stuff, you know. Like, we need more like people like that. And I suppose in some capacity Donald Trump fits in that scenario, maybe less so than Walt Disney and Henry Ford, but he definitely would fit in that category, I suppose. We need more people like that, and I guess Mcjuggernuggets with his Storyfire platform could be included in that too. But you know, at the end of the day, right, you can have the best of intentions to be successful, like, but you can also really fuck up with business by having those best intentions. It's very rare you get those people that can really push through, and I guess Storyfire is a prime example of that. So I guess I don't want to end this video on a bad note, so I suppose I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm going to be, like, uploading another video today. I think at the moment the plan is Mr. Beast sending pictures into space, or the moon, rather. I want to talk about that, you know, get on that topic. I think it would be very interesting. So, yeah, you can look forward to that. That's going to be a lot more lighthearted, hopefully. Unless something big comes up, like, by the time I go to sleep, then in which case, that's what the video is going to be. So anyways, with all that being said, I've been Katie, baby. God bless your soul. Stay rad. Don't be radicalized. And I am signing off. Peace.